So often, discussions on systemic racism today digress into debates about America's participation in the transatlantic slave trade. And this occurs because of something I refer to as the slavery trap, which is what I'm going to dive into in this video. Some argue that white people were also enslaved historically, or that Africans sold other Africans into slavery. These arguments typically come from those who believe white people are being blamed for all slavery, or from people who think politicians want us to believe American slavery alone is the cause of Black American circumstances today. This is a willful misunderstanding of the issue entirely. No serious historian claims that American slavery was unique or the only form of slavery in history. The slavery trap locks you into debates about slavery itself, often framing Black people as responsible for their own enslavement and white people as victims. It diverts attention away from systemic racism and ongoing disparities affecting all people of color, distracting from racism's centuries-long impact on African Americans. It's a silencing tool. These debates ignore harm from Reconstruction, Jim Crow, the Civil Rights Movement, redlining, and violence against Native Americans and other marginalized groups. They reinforce false narratives that racism is a Black problem rather than a white problem affecting everyone. We discuss slavery because it's a crucial part of American history that explains how systemic racism became institutionalized. Slavery created legal, economic, and social structures, defining Black people as property and establishing white supremacy. These systems evolved after slavery's end through Black codes, Jim Crow laws, redlining, mass incarceration, and other policies maintaining racial hierarchy. The legacy of slavery matters not because it assigns guilt, but because it helps explain the origin of wealth gaps, segregated neighborhoods, unequal education systems, and unequal treatment in criminal justice that persists today. Understanding this history is essential to recognize how present-day inequalities aren't just coincidental or the result of individual choice, but are rooted in centuries of deliberate policy and practice. Don't fall into the slavery trap. It stops us from making real progress and having useful conversations. Plus, there's no point in arguing with someone whose objective is to blame Black people for what happened to them and who sees white victimhood when white racism is in the spotlight. Instead, pay attention to the systems that keep inequality going today. Look at current policies, today's inequalities, and real solutions we can take action on. Don't get stuck debating old history when we need to address the racism that affects all marginalized communities right now.